things
Thank
like
you,
that.
sir.
But you had a lot of questions, and a lot of them were naturally occurring. You were just flowing from one question to the next. It's because you have a good use of language and you're an English teacher, but you've used
Thank you,
it
sir.
to your advantage, and well done for that.
My name is Adebare, the project consultant, teacher in Nigeria, and the lead coach for all the contestants in the house. Okay, we won competition. It was very exciting. We had good timing. We had a good time out there. The judges, let me start with the judges. They were quite objective and analytical. They were able to drink from their rich well and wealth of education, experience, expertise, and exposure. We saw the best of comments that could up the game of the teachers from the judges. Professor Stephen Oyebade, one of the leading professors in Faculty of Education from the University of Lagos, was around, and his comments were really deep, penetrating, and very insightful. He looked out for the most minute details that an ordinary person would not think of. I could imagine that no contestant can escape Professor Ibade's grammatical watch glasses. He was just there to pick every little error that you might never think of. It was really good having Professor Ibade in the house. I think he has an eagle eye for details, right from their introduction, their body work, their gestures, their mannerisms, up to the pitch of their voice. Professor Ibade was there to pick everything.
Okay, sir.
Because you couldn't conclude.
Yes, sir.
And conclusion is part of this type of lesson.
Yes, sir.
You should be able to say bye-bye class.
Exactly, sir.
Thank you.
He will match their movement, match their gesture, match their mannerism, match their pitch before even going to the technicality of their teaching. And I think all the contestants really had this to say about him. With Professor Yebade as one of the judges, there's no way your teaching will not be better. We also had in the house for week 1 Dr. Mrs. Olike King, all the way from Sierra Leone. Dr. Mrs. Olike King is the General Secretary of National Union of Proprietors of Private Schools in Sierra Leone, and also the proprietor of Excel Academy, Freetown. She came in with her wealth of experience as a teacher and as an administrator, and it went a long way in really helping the contestants. The relaxed way by which she assessed and graded the contestants, and the modeling nature she brought into it without losing her objectivity was quite legendary.
There's a lot of knowledge. We could see that there is so much knowledge in you that you want to pass out, and doing that.
Having our movie judges, to me, is one of the highlights of this program. And we have the lead judge. Of course, he is not a lead judge for nothing. He is one of the best we can get for this kind of competition anywhere in the world. Mr. Olaobeson is the head of school for the prestigious Bridge House College, Ikoyi in Lagos. Mr. Olaobeson is everything you are looking for in a judge of competition of this caliber. He's amiable, friendly, and objective, analytical at the same time. He creates the kind of name around himself and the kind of environment that eases tension on the contestants. I remember when we started the first stage in this week 1, it was a little bit tensed up for many of the contestants. Some of them said getting into the house, meeting the judges, seeing the lights, seeing the camera, and almost everything they prepare for will just fly away like that. Of course, in competitions of this nature, you cannot rule that out. But having Olaobeson as the head judge helps to mitigate the impact of such shots, because he was always having a smile for everybody, trying to make every contestant comfortable. That's a joke that will calm the nerves. And having done that, he adjusts to take the comments in. Mr. Olaobeson is extremely well versed and versatile in almost all the subjects and topics the contestant wants to teach. He has a background in English literature and English humanities at one extreme. He has a background in mathematics, sciences to another extreme. So there is nowhere the contestant is coming from that other person is not ready for me. So those who are coming from humanities, those who are coming from English language, literature and English, and all of that, he is there for them. But those who are coming from the angle of mathematics, physics, chemistry, is there for them. So it's such a round peg in a round hole.
Thank you, sir.
But you had a lot of questions, and a lot of them were naturally occurring. You were just flowing from one question to the next. It's because you have a good use of language and you're an English teacher, but you've used it to your advantage, and well done for that.
All the contestants rather are unanimous in their testimonial. Meeting Ola Opeson cannot just be the same again for any contestant. The load of knowledge he dishes out, the volume of counsel and professional advice he gives the contestant is enough to make them 10 times better than they were before they came to the house. So for the judges that we have for week 1, I think it was a wow. Their knowledge, their competence, their skill, their aptitudes, their experience, their exposure, they brought everything together, analyzed, they corrected without crushing, and I believe that with this kind of judges, the teachers in Africa are in for a better time. And this played out because the first stage, we had average around 70-75%. But by the time we did the second stage, based on the corrections of the judges, the feedback they got from the judges, the contestant went back to the drawing board, came up again, steaming out, putting the corrections in place, and had the average going to around 85-86, and that is quite a surge in their improvement.
Teacher me, my teacher, my pride.
Yes, talking about the contestants, I think the contestants in these competitions are all wow contestants. It's just that it's not possible that all of them will take first position. But I can tell you, more than 10 of them have what it takes to actually take first position. And that is one, because the level of their preparedness, their planning, and their preparation for this program is on another level. I saw quality teaching. I saw instructional materials that are out of this world. For instance, when Blessing Amy was teaching parts of the body, what she brought into the house was a wow for all the judges. The effort that went into our preparation of that teaching aid was amazing. And she was able to do all of this. She wowed all the judges. When Abolaji was teaching gas test, what he brought into the class, the experiment he did was on another level. Or when Victor from Niger State came to class and was teaching mutually exclusive events in probability, it was on another level. It's as if you have never been taught probability before in your life. And when Victor came to class to teach probability, even the professor in the house became a student immediately. So the contestants really gave a good proof of their work. They made us to realize that making it to the last 20, a lot has gone into it. We saw qualitative teaching. We saw exciting entry behaviors. I mean, you need to see Khadijat when she was introducing reflexive pronoun. Everywhere changed. All the judges were lifted, were taken away completely. Femi came around to teach brain. And the use of technology, the PowerPoints that some of these teachers displayed. You can see the animation in Femi's PowerPoint when he was teaching brain, and the way he introduced cerebrum, cerebellum, and medulla oblongata was wow. The judges could not even have anything to say. Or are we going to talk about sentence and functions of sentences by Olayinka? So the quality of presentation has been quite wow. I saw good teaching. Yes, I coached them before they entered the class, and I would say that they never disappointed. They never disappointed. I saw the way the teacher brought to the class the experiment. I mean, the experiment was done within 2 minutes, and everybody in the house, the judges, were all wow. So if we continue like this, I think there is hope for teaching profession in Africa. There is hope for educational system in Africa, and there is hope for the future of education in Africa. Now, will I say that the standard of this competition really meets our expectation? My answer is yes. The first stage, the highest marks we got was around, the highest mark we got was around 91%. And only one person scored above 90 in the first stage. Of course, the least we got in the first stage was 68%. So we had a gap between 68 and 91, only one person at 91%. But the second stage, the standard went up. We had about 5 to 6 contestants that got above 90. That is awesome, extremely awesome. And we see nobody scores 70 in the second stage. Nobody scores 60. So the standard is quite high. I think the contestants are now beginning to see that the stakes are getting higher. Tension is rising. Everybody wants to get to the second stage. And because of that, we could see the preparation becoming much more intense. The competitiveness of the program is beginning to show. And I'm looking forward to a much higher performance even as we enter week 2. Like I told the contestant, week 2 is definitely going to be hotter than week 1. As much as we have tried to make the contestants put in their best, get to second stage will definitely be hotter than the first stage. We're expecting to see more pedagogical skills. We're going to be looking more at student engagement more than we did in week 1. We're going to be looking at class management the way we never did in week 1. In week 1, we concentrated on the introduction of the lesson, the entry behavior, and then the deployment of instructional materials in the classroom. We're going to go beyond that. We're going to act more on the quantity, quality of the content of their teaching, and we're going to investigate more into their pedagogical skills. Well, the instructional materials that were assessed in week 1